All right, we've hit that point where the mornings start off a little cool.
Yes, and tonight we're going to do a story on heating degree days and whether or not it makes sense to wait. Because you know people, right, who've said they haven't touched the dial yet.
Has Guttner touched it?
You know what? I don't know.
He's the holdout. He's always the holdout.
I think his kids and Rachel just override him eventually. But if he were by himself, yeah, he'd be in there. Be 48 degrees in his house right now. But yeah, you know, the cool mornings, but the sun makes up for it in the afternoon. We end up feeling pretty good. And that has something to do, too, whether or not you can get away with not using heat on a day like today, is how much of your house is facing south and what's the solar gain of it. That's a whole equation for a different day. But we've got a lot of sun out there, a couple of clouds into the mountains. That's about it. Current temps are in the 50s, low 50s, in Arundel at 51. Algonquin's sensor tends to run a little warm, but they say 56. Fine. 53 in Portland, and to the north temperatures are in the mid 50s in Bangor, but it is still 48 in Frenchville. So the sun, varying degrees of comfort depending on where you're located. We'll end up in the mid 50s this afternoon if you're still in the lower 50s, but just a lot of sun. There's not a whole lot going on. Tonight we might go briefly partly cloudy instead of mostly clear. That allows temperatures to slow down as they drop. I do still think we'll see a lot of upper 30s by early tomorrow morning, but tomorrow's a warmer day when compared to today. We end up in the upper 50s. Otherwise, I'm not sure you'll be able to tell the difference. It'll just be another bright day, not much in the way of wind, a cool start, but that's about it. And then clear again tomorrow night, and we ride into the weekend on a really positive note. And we've felt good about the weekend since last weekend, and Saturday still looks great. Temperatures in the mid 60s and some upper 60s. I think this model's a little bit too cool, as it tends to be sometimes with these scenarios, but it just will be a really beautiful fall day on Saturday. I keep stressing Saturday, right, because Sunday's forecast has gotten a little bit more complicated, and we're going to talk about that in a second. You can see we stay quiet all the way through Saturday night and through early Sunday, and then we have to watch a storm down to our south. So today, the rest of today in good shape. High pressure just builds in more solidly for Friday and Saturday. We start to get a little bit on the warmer side of things. The problem here is this storm down to our south, and we've seen this the whole time. It's looked like it was going to be a rainy Monday for quite some time, but the storm is sped up just enough to make things interesting on Sunday afternoon over southern Maine. And I'll show you kind of the timeline here. Here's Saturday night. We'll take you through Sunday morning, 8 a.m. We're good. We'll start with a nice day. We get probably half a day in, clouds start coming in, and then you can see late afternoon over southern Maine and into New Hampshire, a chance for a shower. We have to put it in there. Maybe we'll get lucky and it stays to our south long enough, but it's definitely a possibility. And then it starts raining overnight Sunday night in through much of the day on Monday. This is another storm that will produce 1 to 1.5 inches of rain, perhaps a little bit more over down east Maine. So a lot of a good thing, right? Latest drought monitor has come out, and we pretty much have obliterated what was at one point a widespread severe drought. So that's the positive. We will get even more rain into next Monday. So I still like the weekend. I was hoping we'd hold that rain off until Sunday, like late night, but it is what it is. You'll get the first half of the day in on Sunday at least, and then looking wet on Monday into Tuesday. Should clear out and be back into the low to perhaps mid 60s by next Wednesday. And that is the signal. You know, October can be very interesting, and we still have time, but so far it's not the kind of pattern where we're looking at snow and all that. It's pretty mild.
Yeah, which there have been times where we've had that October snow.
Yep.
So
we all remember, like, you put out Halloween things, you're just dusting it off
right.
from snow. I mean, look, there's still time. That's the 31st, but I don't see it in this pattern right now.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith.